Who is in the wrong here? This has become far more divisive than I thought it would be, and I'm curious on your take. So 2 weeks ago, it's a Friday, it's 3 o'clock, I'm in the kitchen making dinner. My guy usually gets home from work around 3:30. Next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock and I haven't heard from him at all. So I give him a call, he answers, says, sorry, I just went out for a quick one with some of the guys after work, I'll be home soon. I say, not a problem at all. Enjoy yourself. See you soon. Then all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock. I'm like, okay, dude, come on. And so then I sent him a text and I just said like, hey, what's going on? Are you coming home soon? What's the dealio? And he does not respond to me at all. And here I've been all evening waiting for him to get home, assuming that he and I are probably going to go out and do something on Friday. So I'm not making any plans. I'm taking care of our dog and whatever, cleaning up the house, waiting for him to be done his quick one, because he's going to be home soon. I end up going to bed. I wake up because our dog has to go out to the bathroom. It's like 2 a.m. and he is still not home and he has still not texted me back. So I ended up calling him again and he was like at a party or something I could hear in the background. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll come home right now. So I'm like, you said soon at 5 o'clock, but all right. So of course I go back to bed, whatever. He ends up coming back home. And then we got into a fight about it. So some people are saying, it's not a big deal. Jasmine, you're controlling, you're smothering him. He just needed a night out with the boys. Let him have a night out. And I'm like, of course he can have a night out with the boys. That's not the problem. Am I the crazy one for thinking that communication is one of the most basic things that you do in a relationship? And to everybody else who's saying, oh, I'm so happy I'm not in a relationship like that, you're so controlling, no. How would you feel if the tables were turned? How would you feel if your partner just disappeared one day and didn't have the basic human decency and respect that you should have for each other in a relationship? Not to mention love and care, so that when you're out for a long period of time, you aren't just thinking about you, you're also thinking about your partner who's at home waiting for you, who you said you were going to be home soon to.
So the last thing you want to do is, if you're in a relationship with a guy and he's not acting right, is call him out on your social media for all of your family and friends to see. Yeah, very classy, very classy. What's up, kids? The last thing you want to do is get on your IG or your TikTok and start ranting about the guy that you're with, that you likely introduce to your parents because she's living with the guy, and are smearing all over the internet. Yeah, that's gonna go over really, really well, right? Way to escalate things. So already she's making herself look bad. I mean, yeah, this is just something you need to keep between yourself or very close friends or very close family members. But the question I have is, what are you doing with that guy in the first place, right? What is she doing with the guy in the first place? Because she chose him. You chose that guy. And I can't stand the fact that even today, with all this red pill content out there, there are so many women and guys, for that matter, that will jump to her defense and say things like, like when I call her out and go, hey, why did you choose that guy? Well, it takes two to tango. That it's both of them who are responsible. No. One thing you have to understand, as we always talk about in the red pill community, is women are the choosers, okay? They're the gatekeepers of sex. I mean, if she didn't want to be with this guy, she didn't have to be with this guy, right? Because for these chicks, I mean, she's not hot, she's not ugly, she's, pretty average, but even she could have easily got some loyal beta male who will come home, who will take the dog out to pee, who will not disappear with his friends, going on these, bar crawls with his buddies and not coming home to her. She could have found herself a guy like that. But she found this dude, right? The beer drinker, the guy who doesn't come home, the guy who is irresponsible, the guy who probably doesn't have a job, right? Why did you choose that guy? You tell me you couldn't find a guy with a job. Tell me you couldn't find a guy who's responsible. You tell me you couldn't find a guy who doesn't drink. No, you don't want that guy. You want this guy. You want this guy, right? That gets you all hot and heavy, where your emotions will be on the roller coaster like they are now, and you will be getting on your TikTok complaining about him. Because what have I told you guys? These girls will never, ever, 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 ever make the effort to complain about a nice guy or a beta male. right? Basically the guys that are invisible to her, the guys that are all in her friend zone trying to get with her, but she won't give them the time of day. Why? Because they're too nice, too predictable, too easy, can walk all over them. You know, they're just not a challenge. No, I want this guy, right? The guy who treats me like I'm garbage, the guy who doesn't have any respect for me. I want the guy who doesn't validate me. I want that guy. So here she is complaining about him, right? So as I said, why did you choose that guy? Because you're just like him, right? Because you're just like him. Next clip.
Men, do you understand how boring, how mind-numbingly boring it is when you don't text us back? Like, if you take more than 5 hours to reply, say, I'm bored, I'm done, I'm over it, whatever I said doesn't even matter anymore. It becomes the 24-hour, 48-hour mark. You're out my life. I didn't even know you existed. There is nothing you can say to pick up the conversation from that point. Nada. Nothing. Don't love bomb me in one paragraph and then take 72 hours to reply to my reply. Like, I can see you're active. I can see you're on your phone. There is no way you haven't seen my text. It's so boring.
Yeah, it's so boring that she's sitting here complaining about it just like the other chick does and just like all of these chicks do whenever you act out and treat these women poorly, right? They will complain about it and you will send them on that emotional roller coaster that they love. They will get that little dopamine rush of like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, I can't stand it. You know, they love it. They love it. So don't believe her for a second, right? This goes back to a basic lesson about women. Don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. Watch what she's doing here. Okay, what is she doing? She's spending her effort and energy, her Saturday afternoon, complaining about some guy that she claims is boring her by not returning her text. Really? You're that bored? It doesn't seem like it's boring from this end, right? It seems like it's really bothering you. Seems like it's really turning you on. Seems like you can't stop thinking about this guy. What have I told you guys, right? Quick pickup lesson. Remember, as I always teach you guys, the more you occupy her thoughts, right? The longer you occupy her thoughts, the more she thinks about you. The more she thinks about you, the more she becomes attracted to you. And it doesn't matter how you occupy her thoughts, right? I mean, the most effective way to occupy her thoughts is to piss her off, right? To do things like this, to play a little dread game on her. Don't return her text messages. This is all in my 33 Secrets program. Click that link below so you can learn how to do this stuff yourself, right? Not returning her text messages on time, ghosting her, canceling on dates last minute. This stuff is all gravy, man. Works like a charm on these DGs, right? If you got any DGs out there, works like a charm, man. They love this stuff, right? The more they complain about you, the better it is, because that means the more you're occupying her thoughts. And the more you occupy her thoughts, the more she obsesses over you, the more she thinks about, like, what is it about this guy? I can't stop thinking about him. I hate him so much. Oh my gosh, it's driving me nuts. You ever hear a girl talk like that? What? That chick wants to bang that guy so bad, you know, and unfortunately, it's usually a chick who's damaged, right? That's who this works on. It works on damaged women, right? It works on other women too, but especially damaged women, it just works like gangbusters. So, next clip.
How do you get guys to treat you like a queen? Where do you find these guys? We need more guys like this out there. Listen to me. The same guys messaging you WID are the same ones asking me to send them my passport. Men know what to do. They just don't do it unless they have to. Men will start off giving you the absolute bare minimum to see what they can get away with. And if they get away with giving that, they will not put an ounce of effort in further. If they see that their bare minimum doesn't work, they'll sprinkle in a little more effort. And when that doesn't work, they'll put in more effort. So stop accepting the bare minimum. Stop replying to the first blue check that slides in your DMs. You think the first DM I get is, what's your Venmo, or let me take you to Bali? Honestly, sometimes, but most times no. I get the same, I'm in your city messages that you do. Cool, have fun. Open, read, do not reply. When they see I left them unread, it's now a challenge for them. And they will continue to talk to themselves in your DMs until they get a response. But I'm not going to give them the time of day until I can see adequate effort. And guess what? If you give them the time and space to figure it out on their own, they do. It's not that quality men don't exist, it's that we need to stop accepting the bare minimum. So please, for the love of God, know your value and stop letting these clowns walk all over you.
And here we have yet another damaged woman chasing the Chads of the world, right? Because here she is talking about the bare minimum, oh, he's not putting in any effort. He just puts in the absolute bare minimum. The reason why these guys put in the bare minimum, ladies, is because that's all they have to put into. That's all they have to put in, right? And they get rewarded for that. The reason why they get rewarded for it is because women know that they have other options, right? They do. These guys don't need to be with your stinking ass, right? They can easily go out there and get themselves an 18-year-old version of you, right? This chick right now is what? She looks like she's pushing her 40s, close to her 40s, if not already in her 40s. She looks a bit older. So yeah, you're delusional to think that you're gonna get anything but the bare minimum out of Chad, right? Chad just wants to hit it and quit it, right? I mean, in order for you to even have a Chad in your life, you have to make things really, really easy for him, right? Like, oh, I'll be home by 10 o'clock. You can come over after that. Don't worry, you don't have to stay. You know, I'll have dinner ready for you. I mean, you're the one. You are actually the one who needs to put in more than the bare minimum. Because this chick, for wanting these top tier guys, these hot guys, 6 foot tall, six in the pants, 6-figure income, you want that guy, right? You're the one who's gonna have to put in more effort. She's got it backwards. You know, as many of these women do. They're talking about how these guys are putting in bare minimum. You need to do more. No. You need to do more. Okay? You need to do more. And you notice, obviously, she's not talking about the Beta Brad, right? Because Beta Brad puts in all the efforts and more, right? So when you hear these girls talk about, oh, bare minimum, hey, guess what? Beta Brad's putting in bare minimum and then some all day long. Why don't you go for him? He's willing to do everything and then some. Oh, you don't want Beta Brad, do you? You want Alpha Chad. That's who you want. So guess what? You want Alpha Chad? You have to put in the effort. You can't expect him to do it. Stop with this bare minimum talk. You're never gonna get that out of that dude, right? Unless you're 18, super hot, working Chick-fil-A, you know, and you're in your prime, and you're submissive, you're nurturing, you're checking all the boxes as far as what most men are looking for, right? As far as like femininity, check. Submissive, check. Quiet, check. Right? Not loud or mouthy, check. Hasn't slept around with the entire world, check. Right? You have to meet the requirements. Okay? Not the guys. But as always, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you there in my comments. All right, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out here with the Lamborghini. Yes, it's my Lambo. Go to Matt Cross Official, my IG, see the entire process of me purchasing this vehicle. Took about 2 months to close, and the same guy who delivered my DeLorean also delivered my Lamborghini. TJ at Florida Exotic Transport. If you ever need to transport a muscle car, exotic car, he's your man. So very excited about this vehicle. It's actually a pretty rare find. It's Rossifesto Red, which is one of the rarest colors for Lamborghini. It's a $14,880 option, believe it or not. I was on a hunt for one for over 2 years, just like I was my DeLorean. Finally found one. It's got super low miles, 11K, not bad. And we're gonna be featuring this car a lot more here on the channel for many years to come. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? Whew. Oh my gosh, take a look at this. It hasn't dried yet, but I'm still putting this on there. It's my IG tag. But as always, gentlemen, make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button below. Do it for the Lamborghini and the DeLorean. I still have it, by the way. I'm not selling the DeLorean. I'll probably keep this car for a little bit, but DeLorean is gonna stay. So we'll get the DeLorean back on here pretty soon, but enjoy the Lamborghini. And again, smash the like button, smash that subscribe button as well. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 months to mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there into the world and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, Same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making it happen every single week. And I want you to become one of us. I want you to join us. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me in Mastery. So take advantage of it. It's the best way to support my work. If you love what I'm doing here, if you love what I'm teaching you here, and you feel like I've added value to your life, this is the best way to pay me back. Get into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months of Mastery. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out with the Lambo. Till next time. Whew, so sweet.